So Aditha Nama, so what we saw until the 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago is Nirab, idu paatho number Bhavanashini 175 Nama paatho. Bhavani Bhavanagamya illadilla, sorry. Nirlobha Lobhanashini Nissamshaya Samshayagni Nirbhava Bhavanashini. That is what we saw. Wait a second, let me just open this. So Nirlobha Lobhanashini Nissamshaya Samshayagni Nirbhava Bhavanashini. So 175 Nama 175 varikku nama paathom. We saw until Nama 175. Now we see Nama 176. Nama 176 is Nirvikalpa Nirabadha Nirbheda Bhedanashini. This is the shloka. The shloka line number yaravadu solla mudiyuma? Enna shloka line adu? Nirvikalpa Nirabadha Nirbheda Bhedanashini.
$49.
49 adu? 49, correct. Nirvikalpa Nirabadha Nirbheda Bhedanashini Nirnasha Mrityumathani Nishkriya Nishparigraha. So the varikkum 40 number actually idla paathelna from 46 to 50 we are looking at the Nirguna Upasana. Adudam paathenrukom number. Correcta? Nishkarana Nishkalanka Nirupadhir Nirishwara Niraga Raga Mathani Nirmada Madanashini Nischinta Nirahankara Nirmoha Mohanashini Nirmama Mamatahantri Nishpapa Papanashini Nishkrodha Krodhashamani Nirlobha Lobhanashini Nissamshaya Samshayagni Nirbhava Bhavanashini. So Nir Nish Abdin Vandale, it means it is not there. It is devoid of the quality that is being described after it. Nirbedha, Nirbheda Abdina Bhedam illadadu. Nirmama Abdina Mamata illadadu. Abdin. Ade Madri, then it also says Mamata Hantri, Papanashini, Lobhanashini, Bhavanashini, Krodhashamani, Samshayagni. So she is not just that, when you look at her as Nirguna Parabrahman, she is not just as without attributes, Nirguna, without attributes. It is also that she is in the Saguna form, she can remove that in you. Namak adane mukyam. Namak ava eppadi irundha irundittu potom. Aduva mukyam. She is glorious, she is great, she is fabulous, nee super nu solli namak enna kadaike porudhu. At the end of the day, there is no glory in glorifying the divine unless that glorifying the divine translates into recognizing the divinity in you. As it has to circle back. And the glorifying the divine is essentially glorifying myself so that I recognize the divinity in me, so that I can expand and enhance the divinity in me. Adu pandrathu dhaan idoda tatparyame. The whole exercise of doing any Sahasranama, any chanting, that you glorify some entity, edo or Ambalo, Shivano, Yaryo number one, if you are glorifying, you're essentially identifying those qualities or gunas, Kalyana Gunangalnu Chulvala, Kalyana Gunas, and you're trying to say, look at it within you and say that, do you have that in you? And you glorify that. You try to enhance that within you. So she is also Mamata Hantri, Papanashini, Lobhanashini, Samshayagni, Bhavanashini, which means if you are not able to think of the abstract, see, that is a limitations. There is a possibility that we may not be able to think of the abstract. Chumma abdiye kaathula paaru, megatha paathuna abdiye dhyanam panna abdina mudiyadu. You unless, because we are not trained to just looking into the blankness and meditating. Right? You need some object of meditation. So if you know how to look at it as nirguna, then you have nirmama, mamata, nirmama, nirguna, nishkalanka, nirupadhi. Dalla vandu nir, which means you can abstract avum paakalam. Mudiyala appadina, then you hold on to mother. Oh mother, you are the one who has to remove mamata hantri, remove the mamata in me. Lobha nashini, remove the lobha in me. Papa nashini, remove that which I consider as papa. Bhava nashini, remove the fear in me. Remove the samsara in me. So that is what we keep doing. And the process now we have come to nirvikalpa, nirabadha, nirbheda, bheda nashini. Nirvikalpa. Vikalpa அப்படிங்கிற வேர்டுக்கு there are different meanings. கல்ப அப்படிங்கிறது மீனிங் இருக்கு இல்லையா? கல்ப அப்படின்னா you can say there is an option, alternative. கல்ப இருக்கு அப்படின்னா there is a choice, alternative-க்கு விகல்பமே இல்லைன்னு நம்ம தமிழ்ல சொல்லுவோம் தெரியுமா? நான் என்னடா பண்றது, ஒரு விகல்பமும் இல்லை எனக்கு அப்படின்னு. We say this term, விகல்பம் இல்லை அப்படின்னு. When you say there is no vikalpa, which means you don't have an option. There is no other alternative. So the what you're trying to say here is that which you're propitiating as the divine, there is no other alternative to it. Nirvikalpa. Choice illa. Nirvikalpa. Vikalpa is choice. Nirvikalpa is there is no choice. There is no option. Which means it goes to the theory of Advitiyam. Which means there is no other thing that exists besides this. There is nothing else that exists besides this. This is one way of looking at it. Vikalpa means choice. You have an alternative. Nirvikalpa, no alternative. Another way of looking at, you have heard the kalpa அப்படின்னா long period of time kalpanu சொல்லுவா. The lifespan of Brahma, the lifespan of the Pitruloka, the lifespan of Brahma is computed in terms of kalpa. V, when you add a prefix, V is also a vishesha. When you're trying to use V as a prefix, you can also use it as it implies vishesha. Like jnana, vijnana. So jnana is knowledge. Specific type of knowledge is vijnana. Adamari, kalpa is a long period of time. Vikalpa, you can also look at it saying specific time that you can recognize, or essentially that is in your perception. Time in your perception, vikalpa, which is extremely, whatever you think as very long, vikalpa. She is nirvikalpa, which means she has absolutely no quality of time associated with her. Kalatita. Kalatrayatita. Three phases of time, past, present and future. She's Kalatraya Atita, Kalatrayatita or Kalatita. This is nirvikalpa. There is no measure of time. You can't measure her by means of time. Yeah. Why is it so? Because time rises from her, which means time rises from consciousness. Where does time rise from? Now forget Devi, forget all of that. Just think about ourselves. When you look at yourself, where does time rise from? The recognition of time comes only because I am conscious. If you're unconscious, if you're in coma, or if for whatever reason we're unconscious, I mean, we don't have to go even there. When you're sleeping, when you're in deep sleep, there is a sense of time. Because in sleep, your body and your mind both have gone to the unmanifest. They are not active anymore. So there is no sense of time. So in those states, you are nirvikalpa. Because you have no sense of time there. You are kalatita, you are kalatrayatita, you are kalatita. When is the recognition of time? When you wake up, when you become conscious, then there is time. Correct? So time is a very funny thing. In fact, Einstein was the first person scientifically proved that time is relative. Till then, time was considered to be a constant. He is the one who scientifically proved that time is relative, which means it's relative to you, relative to me, which means my perception of time is very different from your perception of time, from another person's perception of time. So time is relative. So is space, right? So the whole space-time continuum that Einstein proposed brings the idea to say that everything is relative here. And it depends on who? It depends on me, the observer. It is not absolute in its sense. It is relative to the observer. The way I observe is the way it takes form. So, nirvikalpa, which means you are that where there is no time. Now, when you say there is no time, what it means, of course, when you're unconscious, when you're in deep sleep and all that, you don't have sense of time. But when you have sense of time, when you're aware or when you're conscious, think of it this way. Do you actually, in your consciousness, what do you experience all the time? Do you experience the past? Do you experience the future? Or do you experience the present? You always experience the present. However old you are, whether you are a 5-year-old child, a 3-year-old child, or an 83-year-old man, woman, or a 105-year-old lady, your experience of time is only if you really sit and observe, all you experience is the now. The experience of the now is the only thing that is available to you. Everything else is imagination. Correct? It is a psychological creation. What you really experience is only the now. What is available to you is only the now. And where is this now? How long is this now? This now is infinite. Suppose Brahma comes and gives you 1,000 years to live. How long is the now? Now is 1,000 years. The experience of now is something that is infinite if you look at it. It is infinite because the now you experience every moment of your life. So when you look at it, when you are in that state where you're experiencing, when you are paying attention to the now, like Nochur in his talk says, the now is like Agni. Idam, inga ippo irukradungiradhu Agni madriyana. Nothing can stay in this. Not even a thought can stay. Because by the time a thought comes, the moment has passed. When you're observing the now and you're in this moment, all you're experiencing is infinity. See, this is something that we can all practice. We can all practice to see how it works for us. When you sit here and you just focus on the now and you're thinking about the now. Okay, right now I'm right here. This is my reality and this is the present moment. And now time is gone. If your mind says time has moved, but where are you again now? Now, after 30 seconds later, where are you? 30 seconds later, you're still in the now. You're still in the now. You're still in the now. You can't move away from the now. You can't escape the now.
Unless you are traveling faster than light.
That's theoretical, and that is only theoretical. Traveling faster than light is correct. It's only theory. Correct? Because if you actually in this physical form, you happen to travel faster than light, your physical form may not remain. It will disintegrate. So right now, if you are in the now, how long is this now? This long is infinite. As long as you're conscious, you're in the now. And as long as you're in the now, it stretches over time. So nirvikalpa, you are not bound by time. See, physically you need to do things. If our and if this vaazhapazham is not eaten in 2 days, it will rot. That's physical time. We are talking about psychological time. Physical time is happening on its own. Whether you exist or not, it's happening. Even if we don't exist in this planet, things will happen the way they're happening. There is a natural cycle. There is a natural law. There's a natural dharma, flow of things. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the psychological time that we struggle and grapple with. So when you're sitting like that, you are nirvikalpa. And in yoga, there is a term called nirvikalpa samadhi. Samadhi, there are two types of samadhi. One is savikalpa samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi. Vikalpa also means thoughts. Vikalpa also means thoughts, vritti. Vrittis are also indicated as vikalpa. Now, nirvikalpa means no thoughts. Savikalpa is with thoughts. Now, there are two types of samadhi, I said. The way Paramahansa Yogananda explains is, when you are in a state of samadhi, you go into samadhi, you come out of samadhi, and you are aware that I am going into samadhi now, I am going to a state of complete absorption, and then I am coming out of it, and now I am not in a state of absorption. When you know this difference, it is savikalpa samadhi, which means you know the difference. Right now, I am not in a fully absorbed state. Now I sit, I do my dhyana, I do my meditation, I do all that, and then I go into a state of samadhi. Now in this state of samadhi, there is complete absorption. During that, I don't register anything. But when I come out, I know that I was in a state of samadhi. So that is called savikalpa, with a difference. Nirvikalpa samadhi means there is no difference. Great masters, Ramana Maharshi, if you look at him, and there are some black and white videos on YouTube, you get a chance, look at it. He just keeps looking like that. Of course, the body vayasanathanala thala konjam apdi light ah shake agum, but he'll just keep looking. அப்படியே பார்த்துட்டு இருப்பாரு. நம்ம இதுல நம்ம என்ன பராக் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கோம்னு சொல்லுவோம். என்ன பராக்க பார்த்துட்டு இருக்க? Or we will say that you are
benda முடிச்சிட்டு இருக்கேன்.
சொப்பன கண்டு இருக்கேன். சொப்பன கண்டு இருக்கேன்.
benda முடிச்சிட்டு இருக்க. or என்னமோ சொல்லலே. பரபிரம்ம மாதிரி பரபிரம்ம மாதிரி உட்கார்ந்திருக்கான்னு சொல்லுவோம். That is another. It is a nice way. பரபிரம்மன் மாதிரி உட்கார்ந்திருக்கான்னு சொல்ல விட திட்டி சொல்லுவாத. பரபிரம்ம மாதிரி உட்கார்ந்திருக்கானே.
பரபிரம்ம மாதிரி உட்கார்ந்ததா ஓகே. சும்மா கோசம் பரபிரம்ம.
இல்ல அதுதான், அது திட்டுற மாதிரி சொல்லுவாத. That's used to scold somebody. But if you look at Bhagavan Ramana, you look at him, he will just sit like that. Now he is in nirvikalpa samadhi. Because for him, you go stand there and talk to him, he will still be in that state. He'll respond to you. The response is not he responding, the response comes. This is nirvikalpa samadhi. When you are in a, and masters lived like that. Brahmajnanis, this is why they are called as Jivan Muktaha, which means உயிரோட இருக்கறச்சையே அவளுக்கு மோட்சம் கிடைச்சிருது. So they are Jivan Mukta. ஏன்னா ஜீவன் இருக்கறச்சையே, when they are living, they have attained moksha and they live a life of complete absorption. So for them, they are in nirvikalpa samadhi. So this is another meaning of the word nirvikalpa. I think we are over time. Yeah, so we'll idu mattum ona paathallama. Nirabadha, nirvikalpa nirabadha. Nirabadha means there is no disturbance in the mind. That is what it means. Undisturbed mind is nirabadha. The other meaning, there is another word called abadhate. Appadina abadhate means nullify, to cancel. To cancel. So this nirabadha means that which cannot be nullified. You cannot nullify your own presence. You cannot nullify the presence of the divine. You cannot nullify the presence of consciousness. You cannot nullify means you can't cancel it. You cannot say that it does not exist. Like you can't stand up and say, I don't exist. Under no circumstance can you say that. Right? So nirabadha. So she is that which cannot be denied. Consciousness is not something that cannot be denied, because you are consciousness. You experience yourself all the time. When you are in deep sleep, you are aware of your existence when you wake up. So you didn't go anywhere. You are there. It is just that you have not registered it. You have not actively registered it. But there is something that is recognized saying that I was the one who went into deep sleep and I am the one who's getting up now. There is something that is telling you this. It is not that I slept and my brother woke up. It's not like that, right? It's like, it's not like that. Somebody went into sleep and somebody is coming out of sleep. It's the
So
same.
deep within that substance knows that space and time are,
Correct. There is something that is noting that. Right? So it's there. So nirabadha, you cannot nullify it. You cannot nullify that consciousness, that substance that is there. That is what you are. So nirvikalpa, nirabadha. Nirvikalpa is there is no thoughts, and nirabadha is no disturbance of the mind. Thoughts are the cause of your disturbance. It doesn't mean that you have to go and start driving away thoughts. You can't. It's not possible. But you can take a stand and say that I am not the thoughts. I am not disturbed by the thoughts, and the thoughts are here. I am here. They are happening. I am here. So nirvikalpa, I am not impacted by that, and I am beyond the concept of time, because time rises from me. I am the consciousness from which time rises. So I am nirvikalpa, I am nirabadha. So those are the 2 namas for today. Om kayena vacha manasendriyerva buddhyatmanama prakrite svabhavat karomi yatyat sakalam parasmai narayanayati samarpayami sadashivayati samarpayami jagadambikayati samarpayami sakutunathayati samarpayami hari om satguru. Hari om, hari om, hari om.